Hello, it's Tina Slade, Quantum Light Language Energy Healer. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It's a place where I can share some of the information that I've been given, which I hope in turn helps you navigate your journey through our awakening. Because as we know, it's never a very easy process. And when we share and we join together, then we're able to perhaps hold that space for others. So my intention today is to give you 3 top tips for navigating your way through your awakening, in the hope that it will once again demystify the mystified and will give you an idea of what's happening to you. So my first top tip is the feeling of sometimes being lonely when we become awakened. The feeling and sudden understanding that actually we don't completely fit into this world we're living in. And that feeling of disconnect from what's happening to yourself from the perspective of your awakening, and that confusion that comes with it. So rest assured that that is absolutely normal. It's absolutely what happens when we awaken. Because the first part of the awakening process is actually understanding that we are different. We've come on to that timeline convergence where we're coming into our awakening and knowing, our understanding of what everything is about. And I think the loneliness comes when we understand that actually we're not quite like everybody else. Because many people have come into this lifetime not to awaken, and also to hold some of the lower frequencies for us to look at the duality, to look at the perspective of what we're trying to move from and move into. And that is always moving into the light. So that feeling of loneliness, of not being connected to people who get you, is fundamentally probably the first part of the awakening process. And when we feel it, it actually becomes really uncomfortable, and we start looking with fresh eyes, with eyes which are holding more light. But that doesn't mean that it's easy to manage. That feeling of not fitting in to this world comes from a number of reasons. One, because we understand that actually our frequency doesn't in 3D energies which we hold in this lifetime. Also, that we have come from galactic past lifetimes, and our energy systems are used to resonating at a much higher frequency. So all of a sudden to drop down into this dense energy, and the programs which play out on Earth are very difficult for us. So yes, you will feel lonely. That's okay. You will feel lonely because yes, you are also on a different pathway. And we come from a place of love and compassion, not only for ourselves, but also for the people who perhaps aren't awakening at this time and don't see things as we see them. So my top tip in terms of managing that is, one, to come into acceptance, understand that you are different and that's absolutely okay. And also find out how you can come into what I call the I am spirit. And the I am spirit is that essence that you hold within you, that spirit that you hold within your soul of who you truly are. And when you connect to your I am presence, when you connect to your higher self, then we come into alignment, and we don't have that lonely disconnect feeling of not being understood. Because what we do is we step into our power. We step into our absolute power. And we know that we don't have to follow the pathway that everybody else is. Because for us, we've chosen to become awakened. We've chosen to understand our journey. And the first part of that is coming into the oneness of the spirit, and also coming into the remembrance that we are all connected. We are all connected, even though we feel disconnected. That's simply the program that's running at the moment. So, number one, recognize your loneliness as part of your journey. Come into the I am presence, meditate, connect to your intuition, connect to your higher self, and allow the journey to unfold. Unfolding knowing that you can always connect inward and then send that energy outward. Second tip is make sure you're always grounded. When we start ascending, when we start awakening, what that means is we're changing the frequency within our energetic coding. And in order for that not to cause disharmony within our field, make sure you're really grounded into Gaia. It's really important. So learn how to put your roots down really into the centre of Gaia, of Mother Earth. Wrap them round a crystal if that anchors you into that energy, because what that will also do, not only will it stabilise you, so that as new frequencies and new knowing and understanding comes through to you, you will also be connected into the crystalline grid, another aspect of our home energy. And you are anchored very firmly into love, trust and belief. So ground yourself, find what works for you. Popping down some really thick fibrous roots is always brilliant, particularly if you're having a day where you're feeling like you're really being buffeted, like you're that ship in the storm that's being moved around all the rocks. Always put your roots down. And another great way to do that is to imagine a long cable, a golden cable that comes from the base chakra, from that base centre. Take that down as well and anchor it into the earth. Because once again, that's going to give you that stability from the base, which is all about stability for yourself. So make sure you're grounded. And my third top tip is simply to flow. Go with the process of you coming into your knowing and your knowledge. Go with the process of understanding that your journey in this incarnation is going to be different from many other people's. So, slip, fall, swim in trust and belief that you are exactly where you need to be in this now moment, that you are divinely guided by all of spirit, the angels, all of your galactic councils who work with you, who agreed for what it is you're meant to be learning in this lifetime. You are absolutely where you should be. Therefore, take all pressure off you to understand. It will come in its own time. Come into centre alignment. Fall into trust and belief. Come into self-love, self-compassion, and prepare yourself for the journey which you have started to discover and uncover. Know that you're not on your own. We are all connected. Absolutely, we're all connected. And we are all here to share our light, enabling others to come into their light. So, I hope that helps. 3 simple things to remember. No, you can always connect into my YouTube channel, Tina Slade, Quantum Light Language Healer, because I'm regularly posting on the channel about how you can navigate your way through this and how you can connect and know that you're supported and connected. Everything works in divine timing. Kitesha munuska doyena kosha kati irektorsa nokoya isha doyemo koshe bursa toshe meniska. We are all lights from one source, from the one divine source. Shana kite samakoya kire eskadoyena koshka inikite ish or orkdam anaskataya. We are all coming home into the light. Maskadai irekdoi in ikdor soyokotoshe makana ise. Dosha Mokoi Isikite Ish or Okdoya. You have chosen this journey in this lifetime. Saye Saka Ite Koya, because you've had many incarnations. You've had much knowing, much ancient knowledge, which you are simply tapping into. Borsatoshe Kite Shamukuyapa. Shana ise kite kukuya ma'anaska. Shana ite kor osoya ma'anaska. And when you deconstruct all of your programs of servitude, of being kept small, of not being seen, mara ie kutosha mokoshe ikitara ikor oya mokwa, and you heal that and release it, then the journey starts. The journey starts. And you come back fully aligned, kie gira aso yokoya, borsotosha kine iska, into your divine sovereignty. Munusha pokoya sikite toro okotoya moko. So, as always, with my love, my blessings, my connection to you, be big and brave. Try and think about the 3 tips I've given you and how you can implement them into your journey. And know you are always divinely guided. You may always, always ask for help and support. It will always be there for you. So with my love, my blessings, Kitesha Monoskuyeta Isha, thank you.